That's Clone Force 99.
This is Wrecker, Hunter, Echo, Tech, and Crosshair.
Oh, I don't have a cool send-off. This is embarrassing.
Obviously, we are different.
We're all you're getting.
We're all you need.
They call themselves the Dad Batch.
Experimental Unit Clone Force 99. The defective clones with desirable mutations.
This is one meeting I don't want to miss.
Daddy's home. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Dad Batch Podcast, episode 130. Of course, we talk all things Star Wars and all things pop culture. My name is Stevie Kicks, and I am one of your 4 hosts today. And with us, as always, the other Dad Batchers, your space daddies. First up, the traveling man in black himself. He's back home. Brian Cook, how are you, man?
I've been home.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't here last week.
Wait,
You're
was I
home.
Yeah, I was
You were. You were here.
You were gone.
I was
Stevie,
gone.
welcome back.
Yep.
Thanks.
Yeah, welcome back. Daddy's home.
Daddy's
As
home.
the thing said, yeah.
Let's see here. You feeling good?
Solid.
Solid. Next up, specialty costume manufacturer, painter, and galactic arms dealer, John Rodriguez. How are you, man?
Heyo. I'm all right.
It was canceled.
Heyo.
I'm good. Chilling.
A lot of details. Thanks.
Keeping it general.
Right on. And finally, you know him as the internet's left coast Avenger. We know him as Dadpool. It's Luke Yates. How are you, man?
Hey, what's up?
What up?
What's up?
Of course, if you are watching the live stream, you will see that Ramey's not here this evening. He's busy doing some LA Strikes Back administrative stuff, getting the auction ready. A lot of work that he puts himself through, but it's all for a good cause. So, shout out to Ramey. We'll see you next week, bud. How's everybody doing this week? I feel like I haven't seen you guys in forever.
I know, man. We missed you last week.
I listened to the pod.
I forgot you weren't on.
I was listening to
It was
the pod.
that good.
John Calamari was the host.
Hey, what is this backdoor rumors you guys are?
Dude, I
like
think
that.
There's backdoor rumors. Yeah.
That just happened. That happened in the moment. That wasn't something planned. That was a surprise from Luke. I think. I think
It's all coming back to me now.
The
I was
title
late.
flipped, really.
I got to listen to that episode.
That was it. I was late and
Yeah.
I missed John's epic intro. So I did listen to it and heard the Jizzy Joe.
Oh, and then I missed Joe. Joe was here, and I missed him.
Yeah, dude.
Jeez.
Yeah. So we got to work on a song for Wrecker's Backdoor Rumors, I guess.
No,
right?
there will be no bumper.
Dang
for
it.
that. That is not.
he's
that
nipping
is
it
not
right there, dude.
We're gonna nip.
Oh,
We're gonna
geez.
nip that in the butt.
Well played. I had a good hook for
Um,
it, so we'll put it on the back burner.
I'll say, I don't know if you can see on the video, I have like these red marks on my face.
What'd you do? Get in a fight?
I don't know. No, so
Soccer cleat?
little story. It's not necessarily part of the workbench, but it was something that happened during the workbench. So I'm making these PKD Blade Runner blasters for folks, and the mold I'm using was designed to use a syringe essentially to inject the liquid resin into the mold as it's closed. You inject it and it stays tight. And they're 50 milliliter syringes. They're big. The volume is big. They're pretty big.
They're
Anyway,
thick. Double C.
They're pretty big.
Girthy.
Girthy.
Sure. Anyway, so sometimes when you're suctioning, because you have to push it all the way down and then you pull on it to suction in the liquid resin, right? Obviously, naturally, right? I'm just
Yes,
trying
yes.
to so people can
They on
imagine
target.
if they're
Science.
listening.
Target.
Science.
Science.
So anyway, I was doing
Pause.
that, and it's in a cup. It's in a
Pause.
cup, right? Because I mixed
Pause
it in
control.
a mixing cup. And when I was doing that, my hand slipped. Like I basically hit the cup, and all of the resin spilled up and
Oh.
splashed me in the face. I had a beard. It hit me in the beard. It hit
That'll
me in my
happen.
hair. No, dude, it was gnarly.
Dude.
So I have like chemical burns on my face.
You
essentially.
almost Matt Murdocked yourself, dude.
Almost. Minus
That's
the
crazy.
powers. Yeah, I would have just been blind and it would have been terrible.
I'm gonna get you a
That's
face shield.
gnarly.
I have
Yeah,
one. It
where's your
wasn't even
PPE, bro?
Do you wear
No, yeah.
eyewear at least? Do you wear
No,
the
no.
eyewear?
So my hand slipped. It was just something that happened. Yeah, I usually wear eyewear. I have a mask. I have everything.
Yeah.
But this time I didn't. So I had it in my. I had to because you can't smear that out. It's resin. If you do that, it's gonna get all over the place. So you just have to let it dry. And I was like ripping pieces of hair out that were just chunked together with resin.
Oof.
My beard. I had to buzz my beard down. This was last week, just because it was because I
Resin beard?
resin beard, dude. Yeah.
Oh my god.
And it hurt. So I was like, I'm not even documenting this. I just want to fix my face. And
The
so now all
fables are
the
true.
burns are showing up because I was like, why is my face like hurting and irritated? And I'm like, oh my god, I had resin like blow up in my face.
Damn.
So that was
Gnarly.
cool. Yeah, it's like here and here, under my eye, which is gnarly, right here in my face here.
Well, if it hangs around till the end of the
My
month,
arm.
you can use it for your Frank Castle costume.
Yeah, I'll just enhance it a little bit. I'll put some blood
Yeah.
in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was gnarly, but that was fun.
Damn.
That's
crazy.
what I did this week. Recovering from chemical burns, essentially.
Does
So
the
is this like
resin?
a pressure thing? It just kind of shot back?
No, yeah. So sometimes because you reuse the syringes, so they build up a little bit of resin, and so the pressure builds up sometimes if you're not
I
I
wasn't
don't
trying
know.
to go
So
there.
someti-
I wasn't trying to go there.
Sometimes it whatever it doesn't
Yeah.
work the right way, and
Yeah, yeah.
and it didn't, and it totally like splashed, and it was gnarly.
Dude,
Gotta-
that's
Gotta clean the
that's
pipes
crazy.
every so often.
Mhm.
That's what she said.
I just gotta use more syringes and not be stingy, because
Yeah.
you can clean them out, But
Oh, is that what it is? It's like something you can reuse that same.
you can
same
reuse
one.
it like 4 to 5 times in a session.
What do you
essentially.
what do you clean the pipes with? I mean,
You don't clean that. You release everything, all the liquid.
I mean,
out. This is gnarly, dude. This is taking such a wrong turn. I'm so sorry, everyone. Yeah, I'm trying to keep
What-
it like
what
this is
do
like
you
an
clean-
educational moment for
What do you
casting
clean with-
resin.
And Brian,
What-
where do we
and
find
it turned
you
into
at?
the grossest thing ever. You don't clean it. You just get the resin out, and then you
Joe's screaming at his stereo right now.
yeah,
Like,
will be.
He's screaming into his
Thank you
AirPods.
guys. Thank you. I'm
The
okay,
force
everyone.
ghost spirit of Joe is with us tonight. For
Yeah,
sure.
yeah,
he's
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
he's gonna
He's
log
making-
in.
he's
Just
making
like,
all
I
of this
can't even
happen.
tell like a proper story because this is how it.
I somehow blame Joe. Blame Joe.
Anyway, that
I
was
had
gnarly.
a serious question.
I did
Okay,
too.
so
I did too.
Go
The
for it. Go for
syringe-
it.
You said you can clean the syringe out. You can clean the syringe out?
Essentially, but yeah, all you do is make sure there's no more resin in it, and that's
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Is
Pull
there,
it out.
is there
Just-
I'm literally biting the inside of my cheek to keep trying to keep.
is there a
don't say
chemical
everything you're thinking.
is there a chemical you can use to clean the resin?
I mean, you could, but
Acetone maybe or something? Or
you
no?
don't need to, because if I can get 3 or 4 uses in whatever, let's say in an hour, if I can use it 3 or 4 times in an hour, that's all I need.
Got it.
Mhm.
I can make 3 or 4, and the cost of that one item is worth
Got it.
the production cost, I guess.
Sure.
Factored in.
Was there too much like back pressure? Like
Exactly. That's what happened.
You should put like a release valve, or not a release valve, like a
No.
port where it can escape.
No,
an
but
air-
the thing is, these things are sold at Reynolds. It's like literally in a plastic wrapping. You
No, I
unwrap
meant in
it,
the
it's
mold.
like-
In the mold itself.
No, the mold was fine. It wasn't the mold. It was in the cup. When I was
Ah.
trying to put the resin in the syringe, there was too much back pressure because there was not
And
enough.
it just squirted.
My God.
Just an explosion. Hey,
guys are
I
the
saw
worst.
Mickey 17 in the movie theaters.
Yeah, did it
Oh, no
explode?
way. Dude, is it good? Is it good? I want to see that.
Yeah,
So
it was
kinda
actually
crazy.
it was pretty good.
I don't even know what
what's
that
the
is.
actor's
What is
name?
that? What is
That's
that?
Is it
Robert
Robert Pattinson?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like
he
him.
plays
His
he
uniform
plays
looks kind of like an imperial officer-y kind of ATST driver looking.
yeah, it was very similar, like the aesthetic was similar to that.
Yeah.
It takes place like 200 years from now. And it's like he's a clone of himself. So it's Mickey 17 because he's the 17th clone of himself.
Okay.
And he literally, like, every special mission they send him on, it's his mission to die, and then they record the findings and stuff.
Hmm.
I've
And then
never heard of this movie.
So this is the 17th mission he's on, I guess.
well, so 17 technically died, so then they printed an 18, but 17 they left him for dead, but he didn't die.
Oh,
then-
shoot.
so then when
so
he
there's
goes
two
back-
now? There's
so
not
there's
supposed to be
two.
two. There's not supposed to be two.
And the law is that if there's ever two, they have to, like, completely delete the clone itself. So it's a
Ooh,
whole
like-
movie about that. Yeah.
Oh, because they find out, but it's like an existential thing. Like,
Yeah. It's
Great.
pretty good.
Nate-
It's pretty
Nate
good.
said it was all right. So
Yeah.
somewhere in the middle
so
is probably
never mind, Steven.
It was pretty good. I would not
Sucks.
recommend watching it in the theater, but it's a definite, like, home streaming. Like,
Okay.
if you get it on stream, watch it. Yeah.
Nice.
Cool.
It looked visually cool. It looked like it had some cool like visual moments in it. So
Yeah.
I watched Electric State on Netflix with Chris Pratt
yeah.
and Millie Bobby Brown,
That's
And-
directed by the
Russo brothers.
Russos. Yeah.
crazy.
I really enjoyed it. It was a
Good.
fun movie. It was cool. My daughter Levi's here. The whole family watched it, and we all enjoyed it.
Nice.
Nice.
What's it about?
It is like a
Electric State? Like,
The state of electricity?
no, it's like California. The Electric State.
Oh,
it's
well,
kinda
no.
like, gosh, man,
California's
I'm
not the
drawing a
electric state.
blank right now. Tori said it was basically
It's a movie about
premise.
Tesla.
Wasn't
a
it Level Player One? What was it?
no
Ready
no,
Player
no,
Ready
One.
no.
Player One.
Meets
Oh.
like Wally or something, or
Yes.
something or another.
Totally. Ready
It looked
Player One
pretty
meets
like
Wally.
dystopian.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I got it.
it is.
Cool.
It's like people living in like a VR state. Like they have two different realities of like their real life, which is like crap, and then Ready
Ready
and
Player
then
One stuff.
this other life where you can do whatever you want, and there's like you have a robot
Avatar.
body.
Yeah.
You have a robot body that you can go do whatever you want in because it's a robot. So if
But
it
in the
goes
real
down, you're
world?
like, "Oh, what-" Mhm.
Oh,
In the same world. So you're in the same world. You're in the same world,
it's not
Mm.
virtual.
but
Okay.
it's not
it's like
virtual.
Avatar.
Yeah. But
Easy.
it stems from droids. Like droids are a thing, and they become like there's a war where like humans and droids get into a big war, and then humans win.
The Clone
and then-
Wars?
Dude, it sounds like the
Did you
Animatrix.
just describe the
dude.
Clone Wars?
Yeah, pretty much.
Gosh, I
Droids
wish
and
I could-
humans fight.
I wish I could
there's
remember.
There's a guy with a laser sword at the end.
No, it was really entertaining. It was a fun
Guy
movie.
named
It was
Qui-Gon.
really well done. I mean, it's
I
the
saw
Russo
it on the
brothers,
thing.
so
I might check
it's
it
a
out.
good watch. It was
Nice.
it was cool. So.
Speaking of things you enjoyed watching, I watched something too that I wanted to talk about. So I was hoping we would record last week's on Thursday so we could talk about it, but I guess I'll talk a little bit about it now. But Invincible season 3, the finale aired last Thursday,
Yes.
last week, and it was.
Why
effing
did you make
epic.
me do this?
Yeah, well, he's gone. He's not here right now.
Oh.
So Conquest is in town. I don't know if you guys know who Conquest is. He's
That's,
essentially
It's Brian's favorite actor, right?
Jeffrey Dean Morgan voices the character, which is kind of cool because now it's a Glenn versus Negan rematch.
Oh, that's right.
Which
Oh,
is
weird.
actually so. Jeffrey Dean Morgan said this in an interview. He said he took the job on purpose because it was basically the rematch, and actually Glenn got to win this time. So basically, Jeffrey Dean Morgan voices the character of this insanely crazy Viltrumite. He's the oldest one alive, essentially. He's the the strongest, close to the strongest, if not the strongest one around ever. And he's the craziest one. He just loves to fight, and he's all about the madness and the chaos. And this episode was just all about that. There was a lot of it was extremely brutal, as the show is.
Why does he show up again? Why does Conquest like show up for?
So Conquest shows up because basically, Nolan was there to take over Earth.
Yeah.
When Nolan rebelled and left, and they caught him and they took him to the prison, Anissa, which is another Viltrumite, the girl, which eventually does something unspeakable, but she was sent to tell Mark, "Hey, now you have to do what your dad was sent here to do, and if you don't, someone worse than me is going to come and they're going to whoop your butt." That someone worse than her, 10 times worse than him is
Conquest. That's right. Yeah.
And he's like, I don't even care if we spread the I just want to come and kill people. Like, he's like, I came to kill you.
He's like a total savage monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't care about the movement. I don't care about furthering our cause. Like, I just came to wreck shop, you know? And he's
point him in a direction and have him go.
Yeah. And he's like, and if they sent me, it's because you're, you did something they don't like or whatever. So he's like, I'm here to just end it. And
that's so cool.
Crazy. Go watch it. Go watch it. I'm not gonna give you details. It's insane.
Is it one episode as a finale?
This episode is one episode. Yeah.
Cool.
It's the last one.
I was thinking about you, bro, because last week they updated Fortnite. And they put all the invincible characters in there.
I saw.
And there's like special missions where you get other character skins, and I was just like, oh man, they're going heavy on Invincible.
I don't play Fortnite, but I like that they're including all those things, and the animations look really good. The art looks really good in the game, so that's cool. But yeah, go watch the show, you guys. There's 3 seasons right now. The 4th one's being made as we speak. They just what's the word? They casted the voice actor for the big bad, the guy that's worse than Conquest. There's only one guy worse than Conquest, and he was just cast. That voice actor, it's Thrag. You know who Thrag is, right?
Yeah.
Freddie
That's
Mercury.
Crazy. Oh my, for sure.
Yeah.
Wait, so they just cast him for the next season? So season 4?
Yes. They just casted the voice actor for him. Yeah.
Very cool.
And the creator of the show said that it's super good. Like, he's super excited. Like, it's
nice.
Gonna be really awesome.
Yeah, dude.
I saw an image of Conquest and he looked cool.
He's an old dude. He's missing an eye. He has a scar. He's huge.
He looks like Thor's dad, kind of.
He's like a buff Odin,
kind of like an Odin character,
but bald, sort of a beard, I guess. And he has half of a robotic arm from like the elbow down. It's all robotic because of something like the Scourge virus when he fought those like alien things, and they took his arm. Yeah, and
I always wanted to do an Odin costume.
Oh. Yeah, Odin would be cool
with the patch, the eye patch.
Yeah, the gold eye patch.
Are you Thor, the god of hammers?
But yeah, that's it. Go watch Invincible. It's awesome. Go watch it.
Deep lore too. They go so far with that storyline.
They're coming out with a Battle Beast comic. It comes out April 16th.
Sweet.
Because he's around still too in the show. So.
Oh yeah, I remember that guy. I watched some of that show.
He's like a big white,
I remember Battle Beast. Dude. Yeah.
He's super cool.
He eats up the Viltrumites. He's crazy.
It's
awesome. It's so cool.
Nice.
Go watch the show. It's awesome.
Heck yeah.
Yep.
Steven, Nate wants to know: are you collecting all the Nikes in Fortnite?
Of course he is.
I thought about doing that because I was so the answer is no, but the reason is I thought about doing it because I saw before they were coming out which skins that they were coming out with, and I was like, oh, I own all these shoes already. Like, I don't want to pay to own it again in a digital form.
I mean,
yeah. But you know what's funny is like I wore one of those shoes this week to work, and then there was a girl at a
Are they like, hey, those are the shoes from Fortnite?
Yeah, that's exactly what she said, and I was just like, oh man, shaking my head.
Oh,
much
what a
more
world!
than
What a
this.
world! That's amazing. What does a shoe skin in Fortnite cost? What does that run
I
somebody?
don't know, like $5 or something.
Got it.
Luke, you ready for next week? It's next week, right?
It is next week. Yeah, next week.
Is it?
Oh yeah,
WonderCon.
Yeah,
WonderCon.
weekish away.
Yeah.
Oh, I better.
Welcome to Travel, my home away from home.
Okay, so
I didn't hear anything.
what?
What?
I didn't hear anything.
You didn't hear the song?
You didn't hear that?
No. You guys were dancing, and I was like,
Well, I don't have any of the copy that Raimi normally reads, but I do know that we, the Dad Batch podcast, are having a live panel, the family reunion at WonderCon next Friday, March 28th, in room 208 at 7:30. This is going to be Luke's first family reunion, right?
That's right.
Because the last one you were just a sock,
I was just a sock. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I was a pre-recorded
Symbolism.
sock.
and it's also your first WonderCon, so
And first WonderCon.
excited for that. And I the rumor is that Brian's flying out. Brian's gonna fly out.
I heard that
just
too.
for this. Yeah,
that's a
Oh, my
backdoor rumor
goodness.
right there.
That's a records backdoor rumor. if I've
Cue
ever
the
heard
song.
one.
Cue the song.
no, there's no. Back no. Okay.
He's embracing us, eh?
Wow.
Yeah. So, and then we have some special costumes planned for WonderCon.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk about that on Workbench maybe. But we'll be there, I think, all weekend. So come and say hi. Come check out the pod, the live show. What else does Raimi say about it?
Bring out your costumes.
Cover-
We want to hear from you.
Yeah, we wanna hear
This
from
isn't
you, the
about
audience.
us.
Yeah. Yeah, we want to hear from everyone.
Yeah.
Sorry, that all sounded kind of condescending.
I did a little bit, but I like it.
Come
It's
on
good.
out. Show us your stuff. Hang
Show us the
out.
goods. Yeah,
Bring
yeah. we
John a
wanna see-
beer.
Show us what you're working on. Yeah, bring me a brewski. I'll take a brewski.
Yeah,
It is.
hey,
It is
I'll
after
say-
the con. Yeah.
I'll say this: I was in the audience
bring
for
me a
SDCC
brewski.
last year, and it was
I'll drink
super
it.
sick to see everybody line up and talk about their costumes that were listening and from the
Yeah.
audience. Like that was actually like a super cool thing. So to be part of that this time around is going to be super fun. I'm excited for it.
Right on. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in. If you'd like to show your support for the show, pick up an exclusive Celebration Family Reunion Japan t-shirt and some Dad Batch stickers at thedadbatch.com.
This garbage is nothing like clone armor.
Looks a little tight on you, old man.
Yeah, at least I know how to wear it.
That's right, everybody. It's time for the weekly workbench. All right, gentlemen, who is working on what?
What am I working on? I finished one of the 2 Helldivers commissions I was working on. Just finished that. Wrapped it up. I'm gonna pack it to ship next week because I'll be out of town this weekend.
Nice.
Yeah, but what else? Oh, and Guabo hit me up and he's like, "Yo, we got the fabric." So my Deadpool fabric came in and Raimi's fabric came in because he got some fabric too.
Damn.
So he showed us the fabric and he's like, "Is this right?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So,
Looks good.
yeah, it looked good. I mean, there's no real for my costume at least. There's no real MCU, version, I guess. So I'm kind of just, doing
Freedom.
it as it goes. Yeah,
Be
kind of
free.
flowing.
Beef.
Yeah.
Actually, I saw
Brian
that they
sent
had
me everything.
the Iron Man Punisher helmet. It was
Uh-huh.
on sale. It was on sale at GameStop this week for like $60.
No way.
Send it to you,
Oh,
but
they
I
did a
already knew you'd be like,
repaint?
"Eh."
But what am I gonna do with that? Yeah, be the Punisher with one Iron Man helmet. I'd need the whole suit.
Tony Castle.
It's like, yeah, he's like, hey, I only found the helmet.
Frank Stark.
yeah.
John, I tracked it. I messaged. I tracked it. It'll be there Wednesday.
Your
box.
Yeah, okay, cool. Sweet.
Your box.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so Brian is sending me some Deadpool stuff. I don't know if it's Deadpool 2 or 3 or 1 or whatever. I don't really
There's
care.
also some Frank Castle stuff.
What did you... Oh, yeah, you sent holsters and stuff, right?
Pants,
Cool. All right.
holsters,
Pants. I hope the
belt.
pants fit. I'm worried the
They'll
pants
fit.
might not fit.
34,
My legs are
bro.
thick. But I have soccer player legs. Like
No, they're like tactical pants. They're
Oh, okay, cool. All right.
yeah, you're good.
What
I
does
don't
that
wear
mean,
tight
soccer player
pants,
legs?
dog.
Huh?
What is soccer player legs?
He's
My
flexing. dude.
thighs are big and my calves are big.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Like normal
okay.
normal like thin pants don't fit me.
I don't wear tight pants, bro.
I'm
You're
just
good.
saying like normal like regular. It's
But yeah, they're like tactical
really
pants,
weird.
dude. You'll be good. You'll be good.
Teeny
Okay.
pants.
Yeah. So some get tighter at the ankle, and if it gets too tight, it's like
They're meant to fit over tack boots. You're good.
I know Steven's laughing like it's not a real thing, but it really is. I promise.
Big leg energy, dude.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Right. So,
Yeah,
thank
I'll
you.
show you my calves later.
Ooh, save that for the Patreon.
Whoa.
That's an exclusive. though,
Hey-o.
yeah. Put it on a t-shirt. Anyway, that's it for the most part. Yeah, that's it.
Ding. Ding. Sheesh. You know what? Pretty much by the end of tonight, I will have finished Daredevil for WonderCon. So I think pretty much off the plate, which is rad. And that allowed me to focus my attention back towards the Japan costume build. So yeah, I'm kind of running off of the tail end of Daredevil here, but stoked to like switch gears and start like working back on like the Japan build stuff, which the last thing that I finished earlier this week, partway finished, is I'm going to show it here for the YouTubers. My chest plate for the Clone Assassin.
Dude, that's
So
like,
good.
I can't. First of all, I can't believe that you're working on 2 costumes simultaneously.
Yeah, simultaneous costume build for
Like,
sure.
Like that in itself is crazy.
That's fun.
And then the fact
Yeah.
that you bust out a completed like foam costume that doesn't even look like it's made of foam, man.
Dude, that
It's-
looks like it was made in a factory.
It looks vacuum formed. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
How did-
I I worked with EVA foam. I'm trying to get back in frame there.
Smith.
Foam
How did you
Smith-
get it so like did you heat it
Shaped.
up and like push it on you or
Yeah, exactly. So, the curvature that we're talking about for the audio listeners, versus who's looking at this on YouTube, like there's pretty heavy curvature around the chest plate. It wraps down around my ribs and then goes
Right.
up over the collar, kind of like TK armor style, like Stormtrooper style.
Yeah, like hugs the clavicle over the shoulder,
yeah.
over the shoulders
Yeah.
a bit.
Like hugs, like really. I mean, it's like really
Yeah.
fitted, almost
Yeah.
like a tie pilot, like upper chest piece.
That looks so
Um,
good.
Thanks. Yeah, it's cool. So the key to like getting EVA foam like super shaped is you just kind of have to like go slow with it, and you heat gun the heck out of each section, and don't try to get too ahead of yourself and do like, the whole rib, try to get the whole like rib turn sideways, like heat a little bit, bend it, hold it, heat the rest of it, bend it, hold it, and just kind of keep doing that. And then when you get that kind of overall curvature, you can kind of like hit the heat gun over the whole surface and really kind of then like bend it and hold it in place for a while. If they're small enough pieces of armor, like I like to throw them in the fridge or the freezer so they cool down really quick and hold that shape really fast.
Yeah.
And then you go back over the whole thing with the heat gun that heat seals like the foam. Foam is like porous, like as a surface. And so if you seal it, it helps kind of like contract the material and like make it tighter.
Keeps
And
it
then-
in that shape, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it holds it in the shape. And then you
Yeah,
just
yeah.
plasti dip the heck out of it. And that really like guarantees it's like the skin of that thing is going to hold the shape. But yeah, it kind of formed out like a, you know, a little bit of like a chest, you know, kind of pectorals and the whole little shapey shapes. Yeah, so that, and then I kept printing the rest of my Clone X
Nice.
Assassin helmet. I'm doing, this piece is actually hollow, so it's actually kind of lightweight. I was able to hollow just some of this. Like it's like a millimeter thick on each side, but it's actually a little bit hollow, so the weight isn't gonna like make the helmet sit too far back on my head.
Were you able to drain it? Like, get a hole in there and like get water in there and drain it and stuff?
I
Because if it's
haven't.
hollow, there's probably like
It's
liquid
got
resin in there.
liquid in there. I haven't
And
done
it'll
that
open
yet.
up. It'll
I-
open
Oh,
up.
you gotta
eventually.
drill a hole in it, bro.
Over time,
Yeah.
it'll open up. The same thing happened to me.
It's
I
like
didn't
an
know it was
abscess.
hollow, and it's
Okay.
Resin abscess.
I
Yeah,
did that
dude.
with like a bigger thing one time, but
Nasty.
I wasn't sure if that would hold liquid being that small and hollow. But you're right, it probably does have liquid inside of it.
Even if it's a little bit, eventually it'll break its way out.
I
It
think what I
eats its
could
way
do is
out.
probably hit the back like corner of the ear, like where it's the thickest part of the like head plate, and maybe pop a little like pinhole in it with a drill.
On the inside, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
inside
yeah.
behind like the ear of like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
armor
yeah.
piece.
It's like a zit, like a resin zit.
Big resin zit. Yeah.
You're just gonna pop it with a needle.
I'll be sure to
Big
wear
zit
some
energy.
eye protection so it doesn't spray me in the
Yeah.
face.
Dude, you
Dude.
really should just like record.
It wasn't
that
even
and
that
upload
resin. It
that,
was other resin.
because those get a lot of views online.
What's that? Oh, zit popping? Dude, I've
Yeah.
I've got a
Zip
zit
poppers.
on my
Oh,
actual
no.
forehead right now that I've been working on
No,
this week
don't.
for my workbench. Let me tell you what. Dude, it's one of those ones that builds in deep down below the surface too.
Oh
And
my god!
That's awful.
it's the worst, dude. It's the worst. But yeah, my wifey gave me this nice little like patch that makes it kind of invisible. But
Yeah, I can't see it.
yeah. Yeah, I had a good one. Had a good one earlier in the week. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the workbench. Popping zits and prepping for Japan.
Can't see any lines, can you, Russ?
Oh man. Okay, so I unlike Luke, I cannot work on two costumes at the same time. So Japan Wrecker is on pause right now while I finish up the Kingpin one. Because I need Kingpin for one, and it's completely done. Like I have the suit, the materials, all the accessories. The shoes are crazy. Although I texted you guys.
Did you share what version you're doing with everyone yet? Like online at all?
Oh no, I probably should.
Yeah.
But
Tell everyone.
I messaged you guys today, and I don't know if you guys already saw it, but I saw a video. It was like a behind the scenes making of video from, I don't know if it was from Hawkeye or Echo, or maybe the first Daredevil. I don't know, but they showed a 3D scan of Vincent D'Onofrio, and then they showed the muscle suit that he wears under the Kingpin suit, and it's a lot. It's like a big like suit. And
You see all the footage of him and Charlie Cox doing all these appearances. He's
yeah,
like, he's
skinny.
yeah.
Yeah.
So but one of the things that I was most fascinated with, because I'm already wearing the Wrecker arms under the suit, but there was a photo of him wearing, and I'll show the YouTube viewers, there's a photo of him wearing these
Oh wow.
like printed boobs.
Yeah, that's
Chest.
right.
So what I'm gonna do is similar to how I did the Japan Wrecker chest plate off of like I got this off the little 3D thing.
Yep.
So I'm gonna
You gonna 3D print boobs?
I'm gonna 3D print some Kingpin boobs, and I'm gonna somehow figure out how to wear that under the suit just to like bring out my chest. Because like the way they explain that even his collar is like 2 inches extra long on
Wow.
each side just to frame the chest and his face
Yeah.
to make him look like he's just like a square.
And you need the thick collar, right, on the shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because it's
that's
the
so
detail
dope.
they were talking about.
That's a cool. That's a cool detail. Yeah, you could probably like affix it to some sort of like compression shirt or like undershirt or something. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting to like
Yeah,
These
Velcro.
three
Hey,
6,000.
3D print
Or
like
E6S.
that, and then
Just leave it raw,
I don't know.
raw and smooth over the shirt, over every, under everything, all those
Yeah.
layers. You don't even need to do anything.
Yeah.
For real.
If you
Yeah, I
if
guess
you
so. I
FDM
mean, true. If it's just printed out like that, yeah. It's
if
not
you
gonna need to be
FDM
seen.
print it too, because you don't care about lines or
That's what I'm
anything. So
saying.
you
Yeah,
could
yeah,
FDM print it,
exactly.
be
Yeah, I
super
see what you're
lightweight.
saying.
And you'd be
Yeah.
done. Yeah. You can just
This
do a
is-
strap
this-
system.
You're right.
This
Yeah, that's
possibly
totally
could be new
brilliant.
territory for all of us. 3D printing body pieces.
It's like
Totally.
prosthetics.
Yeah.
It's like a muscle suit, but just singular. Like just
Don't
the
say
neck.
codpiece. Don't say codpiece. Don't say codpiece.
I might need the STL for that. That's it for my workbench.
Oh, my turn.
Printing. a
I
codpiece
have been
this week.
working on multiple costumes as well. Japan, but it's more of just fit and finish and little things that I haven't even tried on yet. So that'll be fun. I don't have anything to show. I have a 5-foot long flintlock rifle that is almost done that I can't show on here. So I'm not going to bring that in here.
Show us,
Nope.
dude. Show
No,
us.
nope.
No poo poos.
I want to see it.
It's in the garage anyways. But that thing's almost done. I got to tweak a couple things on it, but I tried to spend as little time as possible on it in case I get to customs and they go, yeah, that's not happening.
Yeah.
The international Japanese sign for no is this. They'll be like, no, sir, you
Well,
not bring this in.
You're
I used
not
to do
you're
that
not doing it as a
skate all the
carry-on,
time.
right?
No, I'm going to check it and it breaks
Yeah.
down into a bunch of
Imagine that.
pieces. And I'm going to do what I always do when I travel in an airplane with my costumes is I
Write a
take a picture of the
note,
costume.
Picture.
I
Yeah.
write a note and I say,
Give them a note
this
saying
is,
you have a gun.
yes, I have a gun. Don't pull the trigger, please. It's
Come
loaded.
hijacking this plane. Yeah.
Yeah, so that I've been working on more Deadpool stuff. I sewed my swords last week.
Dude.
Yeah.
But I finished. I painted all the little
Awesome.
gold pieces in there. The lighting doesn't come out very good, but
Good
got all these
job.
little gold things in here painted, and everything's glued up. These little, what are these called?
Guards.
Blade handle guards. Yeah.
What do you
Little
use for
Deadpool
gold
guards.
paint? Like, what's your go-to for like a gold paint for? Gold paint's
just-
typically the detail. So
Rust-Oleum. Just
Nice.
Rust-Oleum
Dude.
spray. All the gold on there is that. Oh look.
Oh,
what's-
so you just sprayed them? Like, did you have
What's
a
your
mask?
what's
or
your
was
go-to
it-
for gold, Luke?
If it's small like detail work, like I'll use like
Yeah.
a paint pen, like a Molotow.
Mhm.
Is what I generally use for like little mini chrome like details for like topical stuff. But if it's like a broader base, I'll just use like a gold like Rust-Oleum, I guess, for
Well-
a bigger surface.
And here's a tip too. Like I did not tape all this off. I do this all the time. I'll take the spray paint cap
Wipe
and
it.
I'll just spray the spray paint into it.
Oh,
and then take
nice.
a
Oh,
brush.
and you paint it.
Nice.
So that's
Okay,
literally
a
how
good tip.
Painted all the
Sick.
inside of these. Yeah, I'll do that all
That's
the
what
time.
I was
Like,
trying to get at was the detail of how you got those
Yeah.
done. That's cool.
if I have something small that I just don't want to like tape off and spray, and it doesn't come out the same as when you spray the paint on. But
For sure.
for this, it was so small. Like
Yeah.
So
For that,
Um,
Brian, I would have used like model paint, like this stuff, like the
Yeah,
miniature paint.
and
Yeah, I
I
have
was
some enamels too that are cool.
I
'Cause
I
you could
was
dip
going
it, a little bit of water, and the bloop, bloop,
I was going to,
2 minutes
but
second.
I didn't have any, and I had a full
yeah,
can
that'll
of
do it.
gold paint, and I was like, well.
The
a lot
spray
of times,
stuff dries instantly. You spray it, and you get one poke in there, and you do one, and you're like, "Damn it!" Or like maybe two. Depends how wet you get it, I guess. Depends how
If
much you
you-
spray. But if you mix
Pause,
one drop,
pause.
But if you mix-
I make sure it gets real wet. That way it
hey,
lasts
hey,
a while.
hey. But if you mix basically one drop of this acrylic paint with water, you can literally do a drop per section. Boop, boop,
Nice.
boop, boop.
for
You'd be
sure,
done
for sure.
literally in 4 minutes.
But
Kind of crazy.
I
And
try
enamel
to
paint-
I try to spray a good amount
Enough
into
wetness.
like I literally use the cap of the paint,
Yeah.
like whatever spray paint I'm using.
Yeah.
And it is, if you get a good amount of liquid in there, it won't dry. Like I had 30 minutes to do this. So because I did both, because there's 2 of these and I did both of them. So
This is a bonehead question. Is spray paint enamel paint?
it is.
It is, right? It dries
Mhm.
like really like kind of hard surface.
Some. Hold on.
There's
Because
2
like
different
like
kinds.
model paint, like testers and stuff like that is enamel. It's got that really like hardcore.
No, sometimes it's
smell.
acrylic.
It's acrylics.
Sometimes it's
yeah.
acrylic. Okay, dang.
All the stuff I
Yeah.
use for minis is acrylics. All
okay,
of it.
crazy.
But I think
was-
actually no, what was this weekend? Saturdays.
Oh, that's true. You know what? Because I got some model paints from somebody on Instagram like a while back. This was like over a year ago, and they were an acrylic like model style paint. Like they came in the small containers, and they had the little like bead inside. I guess that's like the the little shaky bead or
little
whatever.
shaky thing. Yeah,
That's
mixer.
right. Those were acrylic though. That's interesting. I kind of
wanna
always
say-
like assume model paints are enamel, but
I want to say Krylon. I think a lot of the Krylon paints are enamel. I think. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm no
Google it.
expert on
Topic
paint,
for research for sure.
so I'm not quite sure on that.
I'm not going
one,
to talk
but
on it because I don't know.
I actually
I should know.
I did forget on Sunday. I did work on my Japan costume a bunch, but it was a bunch of soft parts. It's all in the garage, so I'm not going to go get it. But it was a lot of weathering, and it was mostly weathering. So just painting stuff, making stuff dirty, just
dude,
making
the
a
silhouette
mess.
is really shaping up. It looks really good.
I'm at a place. I found some ninja stars from my Snake Eyes costume that I posted a picture this week because I was like, oh, my Snake Eyes costume, that thing was awesome. I found these ninja stars, and Stevie was like, oh, you should put them on a belt, like Crosshair's little discs that he throws and puts on
yeah.
a thing.
Yeah,
So I'm going to try to figure out where I put those, how I'm going to
Yeah.
do that.
Velcro.
So
Velcro them.
yeah, well,
Velcro
I
back your-
didn't
back
have
of your belt.
I didn't have a leather belt, and I pulled one off my Mando, and I think I'm going to use that. And I have an Imperial Crosshair belt buckle from when I had my Imperial Crosshair.
Oh,
That
damn.
just needs to be finished, so I think I'm going to pull that thing out.
Yeah,
from
that would
it.
tie it together.
Yeah,
That'd make
yeah,
it work. Yeah.
Yeah,
John, just
yeah.
ditch your other plans, John, and come to Japan with us, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Just do it. Come on.
What am I supposed to do? Get in someone's suitcase?
We'll figure it out.
The ticket to the con isn't an issue, right? The hotel, I'd probably be a vagabond in everyone's room at one night
course.
each or whatever. But that's not the issue. It's the plane ticket. That's the issue. We're
Yes.
If any listeners out there have an idea of how we can get John to Japan, email.
It's too late now. It's like in
madbatchpod at
3 weeks,
gmail.com.
dude. It's in 4
It's
weeks.
fine.
I'm leaving to Argentina in 3 weeks,
we
and then in
need to
4
get-
weeks, it's celebration.
It's fine. It's fine.
I mean, I am stoked for celebration, but our whole thing we're talking about for Comic-Con is going to be
San Diego's where it's
yeah.
at. You guys have fun in Japan. Have some sake and some sushi for me.
Just mute
I don't
your
know.
chat. Mute your
Take
chat
a
for a
photo
week.
for me.
'cause
No.
we're gonna be-
I'll live vicariously through you guys. I'm not bitter. I want you guys to enjoy it. and
No,
I
that's
want you
fine.
to-
Well, I'm just saying we're gonna be messaging at like 2 a.m. Oh my god, look
Crazy
at the
hours.
I'll do
sushi.
this. I'll be sure to do the same. Don't worry. I'll wake you guys up too. It's okay. I'm not worried
Yeah,
about that.
yeah. I want to see updates from your trip while you're.
Oh,
over
I'll be in
down
Argentina.
south.
I'll send you guys stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
only
that's gonna be
4
super
or 5
fun.
hours ahead over there,
Oh, okay.
I think.
Oh,
So it'll be
that's cool.
nighttime when it's like evening here. Yeah,
Dude,
that's
San
not
Diego is gonna be so fun though.
that's gonna be
Yeah.
dope. All the variants.
I started to print
Doug.
my Deadpool cowboy pool buckle, and I had been working my printer so hard on doing all this sword stuff. It finally was like the FEP was like, yeah, the oil's done. We're sticking now, so I gotta drain it, and I was like,
God,
Well,
dang it. It's close though.
yep, it's right here.
I was
right behind
gonna
me.
share a tip when we were talking about painting.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I've mentioned this on the pod before, but it's the number one tip that I give for people that are um, haven't spray painted before, or if they're not like used to spray painting, start with the small ones. They're like, so the Krylon brand makes a line called Shortcuts.
Yeah.
They're literally like I want to say like
Quarter of a can?
3 ounces. They're super short. They're super small. And then there's the famous Tamiya brand, which you would get imported from Asia. But the reason I say to start with those, they're smaller cans, is because that they're small. The pressure of the aerosol that's in there
low
is
pressure. Yeah.
It sprays so smooth, and it lasts all the way to the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know why. I don't know the physics behind it, but it's just the same exact paint that you would get in a normal spray can, but the process of spraying it is just so much cleaner.
I feel like those work better than their regular Krylon brand, like tall cans.
100%.
Honestly, the paint is way more smooth and less runny.
And on the other side of that, what I don't recommend is those big, giant, high volume.
Junk.
I bought one of those one time, and it was gone like so fast, and it's so hard to control. There's just so much paint goes out. I don't know what those are.
And
for.
I don't like those weird can handle sprayer things, or like a novelty kind of garbage thing too.
Yep, Shortcuts.
Well, they make a lot of colors.
I've never used those, but I used another brand. Was it Tamiya?
For sure.
There was a primer that was super, super thin, where you would spray it, like you would spray the thing, and in all the detail would be super crispy. Like it must have been Tamiya.
Yeah.
The gray we would use, because it's like model paint. This is like model paint.
The mini Spaz cans are like that too, like really good. Just smooth paint and stuff.
But this stuff has to be thin because the models are so little that the detail has to pop. And if the primer's too thick, it's it's like drenched in it. You don't see anything. So yes,
true,
100%.
Makes sense.
And I think that's why it's also low pressure on purpose, so it doesn't spray out too much. It's like distributed evenly in a way where it's not overdoing it.
Cool.
Yep,
I think that's it for Workbench. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We're being hailed. This encryption's new. This might take a while.
Okay, so I've never done news before, but we'll go around the table, and I'll do this a little bit differently. So let's see. First story we can talk about here is the Mandalorian and Grogu movie that's coming out. Disney has released how much their budget is for this movie. It is the lowest budgeted Star Wars movie in all of the Disney era productions, at only $166 million for the Mando and Grogu.
I don't like that.
I do.
I don't.
Why?
You know why I do like that? Because there's movies that cost half that much that were so successful, like Alien Romulus, for example, cost half that. The movie. It's a movie. And with special effects and all that.
So let me read this here. The California Film Commission revealed today that a total of 51 films received tax credits to shoot in California. The list published on their website included the upcoming Star Wars film Mandalorian Grogu. We had already learned this last year that it would be the case that the tax credit would be nearly $20 million, but it was also revealed that the Jon Favreau directed film had $166.43 million budget after shooting for only 92 days between late June and late November of last year. So shooting is complete. They spent 166. They're getting a $20 million credit for California. So really it's like 146. Yeah. The film is currently in post-production. It debuted a teaser trailer in front of the D23 audiences last August, which has not been publicly released yet. The movie will also center around the center topic of celebration this year. Oh, Are we going to that panel?
You better.
Sounds
I know
cool.
we
Better
I know
find
we
a
have
way in.
another panel, but I don't know if we're. For now we know that Pedro Pascal is back voicing the titular role. Sigourney Weaver will have a supporting part as the New Republic colonel, who sends Din Djarin on his mission to the Outer Rim.
Is she
I don't-
replacing
Has he done that before?
Carl Weathers?
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Oh, okay.
She's a Republic colonel who's sending Din Djarin out on his mission. Okay.
So did he take a job as a ranger, like as one of the New
Like it,
Republic
right?
Rangers? Huh.
Or with Carson?
Carson Teva. John, what are your thoughts on this? I know you were
well,
getting into it.
I like that the budget was kept low because there's a lot of movies that are spending a lot of money, $200 million, $250 million to make a movie, and they're not recouping their money, and they're flopping essentially, and so it's a good risk management move on their part, and if they can produce the quality that we're expecting with that budget, I love it. I'm all for it. Like I said, there's movies that did really well that spent fractions of that, and you don't need that much money, because most of the money they're spending some of the times are like reshoots, going back, re-editing, and redoing stuff. And if they can nail it the first time and make it work with what they have, and I'm with it. I don't know. I don't know what the movie's going to be like. I have no idea. I don't know what to expect. I assume it's going to be like the show, but a movie.
I mean, essentially, they're just making a 2-hour episode.
2-hour Mando episode, right? So cool. I mean, I'm all for it. I love it. More Mando, great. But these statistics, the money spent and this and that, I'm with it. I'm not worried at all. Because I heard you say you were worried. I'm the opposite. I think it's good. And if it does well, it's gonna speak well for people. They're gonna be able to give people $100 million and be like, yo, go make a good movie, rather than 200, 250, whatever. I
mean, the only thing that I can think that I mean, I'm not worried per se, but it's just, this is like Mando. The Mandalorian is like their number one ticket item in all things Star Wars right now. And if they're just making it a 2-hour movie episode, is it going to be, are we just going to get a 2-hour volume? What do you think, Brian?
extended episode. Well,
I would think. What's more expensive, doing the volume or
no? Practical is more expensive, right? On location.
Yeah.
Well, I
So
mean,
it
we're
might
going
be
to get
more
it.
volume.
It's a 2-hour Brian's favorite 2-hour volume ride.
dude? I like the volume. Shut up. I'm just a
He's
little
a volumist.
I'm just a
Volume,
little
never
like, we
forget.
haven't had a Star Wars movie in how long? And they got a restricted budget? Like, I understand what John's saying, that like it doesn't take a ton of money to make a really good movie, but
I mean, they made the old ones without that kind of budget. Dial it back.
The old ones are independent films, guys. Come on.
Yeah. Dial it
This
back.
one
Do it good.
does have a confirmed release date, May of next year.
Well, what
So,
about
yeah,
the
it
first
is-
season? What about the first season of The Mandalorian? Like, what was the budget for that? Because that felt kind of like it was a smaller budget to see if that show was going to work, right? Like,
I think they got $100 million for
I
the
was gonna
season.
say, isn't that 100? Yeah.
yeah,
But
and
that
that
was like 8
kicked
episodes. Or
ass,
something?
like all the way through. Like, and the effects looked good, and everything looked great. Like,
The
and the
first
story,
episode.
and the story drove it. Yeah, the first episode is a banger, dude.
When he
All right.
walks in, oh my god.
But I don't think that you can't compare to that, because that's like, that was groundbreaking technology.
That was
There
the first
yeah.
time we'd seen it, right?
Yeah, and I mean, now everything's compared to that.
Mhm.
and what's
For
the
sure,
what's the
for sure.
budget on Andor?
$500 million.
$500 million.
For the
Yeah.
whole season, dang.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
I
not
just-
including marketing.
But see,
It's just-
that's
that's like
a
3 movies,
big
though.
movie. No,
Yeah,
that's
that's
The content
True.
is 3 movies, but that's the budget for like an Endgame
Yeah.
type movie.
Yeah.
Well, it is. It's 3 episode arcs, right? And that's going
Yeah.
to be like an hour and a half, 2 hours
Well,
per
I'm-
arc. So,
So
I'm
But
glad you brought
I-
that up.
Well, you
but I-
pulled up
but-
that Deidre picture really quick.
but I
Hey.
just don't know if a movie filmed mostly on the volume is going to hit the way a movie should.
You know, we're gonna have to find out because I think this was
Yep.
the last production that they're filming in California.
Hmm.
I don't know if that's public knowledge yet, but yeah, like after this, because they finished up, what was it, November of last year, and then they moved everything to what is it, Pinewood? Yeah. Because that's when they're beginning pre-production. I think they're going to be starting principal photography
Ooh.
on the new stuff, on the Ray movie soon. So. Okay, moving on, next story. So Andor season 2 time slot has been confirmed for April 22nd, 6 p.m. All 3 episodes of each arc will be releasing at the same time.
Jeez.
Wow.
Disney
Cool.
Plus has confirmed in a press release that Andor season 2 will be releasing Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, beginning April 22nd. That's exactly 1 month from today. Following other latest original programming releases.
Question.
Yeah,
It's 3 arcs or 4 arcs?
3 episodes, 4
4
arcs. Yeah,
Okay, so it's
4
4
arcs
weeks
a
of
week.
Andor.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
That's
That's
it. 4 weeks.
3. So I know that they. I don't know if
3
you guys.
episodes come out each week with each arc.
That's gonna go
It's
by
a movie.
quick.
It's a movie. We're getting
It's a
4
movie
movies.
per week. It's a movie.
That's-
It's 4 movies in a month. Yeah.
That's gonna be a pain in the butt to have to review because we're gonna do it.
Gots to.
Well, especially if us moving to Wednesdays, that gives us some time. Because the
What?
launch,
Thursdays.
Moving to
Thursday.
Wednesday.
Thursdays.
Oh yeah, I guess we should probably.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
should I tell? Yeah. Okay, so it's my fault. We're moving the pod to Thursdays. So,
Not permanently.
not permanently. I joined a soccer team, an adult soccer team, and it's like a legit team, uniforms, everything.
Oh, you don't want to
This
join a
is
kids?
breaking news.
You didn't join a kids soccer team?
No, I mean because I usually play pickup games. Like this is like a real league team game,
Yeah.
team.
Yeah.
So I'll be playing Wednesday nights now. So I'm so sorry, everyone, that we have to switch to Thursdays. But it won't be forever. When the season ends, we can switch back. Or if everyone likes it on Thursdays, we can talk about it. We can reflect
No.
and see what's
No.
up.
No.
We'll see. Because we used to do Thursdays, right? Didn't we? Long
No,
time ago?
never. It's always
Never?
been Wednesdays.
Tuesdays? I don't know.
Wednesdays are locked in.
Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna be doing that for a little bit for the
Just-
season.
If ratings go down, we might move it back to Wednesdays.
Ratings are gonna go up. Trust me. Everybody, tell your friends.
Sorry, John. All right. Let's
It'll
see.
work.
Did I talk about Andor already? Yeah.
No.
Let's see
Say
here.
it
What's
again.
next? Next story we have. What's going on here?
Stevie's not mad.
What is that?
So Star Wars Visions. We have a little leak,
Ooh.
a little news leakage. Leakage? Is that the right word?
Leakage. Yeah.
News
It's
leakage.
unfortunate.
There's some leakage.
Star Wars Visions Volume 3 episode synopsis and this image that you're seeing on the live stream. And if you're not seeing the live stream, why don't you go to the YouTube channel right now and subscribe?
Why
so
aren't
that
you
can
watching?
see all this cool stuff? We've got our first look at the upcoming 3rd volume of Star Wars Visions, which is set to release later this year. I mean, it's like the worst kept secret that they're going to be announcing this at Star Wars Celebration Japan. But the synopsis of the first episode was listed as part of a festival shortlisting the information. Then the synopsis reads, a psychedelic battle between past and present, light and dark, life and death rages in the tormented psyche of an Imperial soldier near defeat. That sounds kind of cool. That's like some PTSD behind enemy lines kind of stuff. But yeah, they are going to be announcing this. Let's see here at Star Wars Celebration, probably during the Visions panel. Which will also be screening the first 2 volumes of the series in Japan. Oh, with promise of a few surprises to come. So we'll definitely be reporting that directly from Japan. I think we haven't really talked about this for the Japan plans, but we're going to do a lot of like guerrilla style reporting from the show floor and directly from the panels. So yeah, if you're not following us on our socials, we'll be posting those to our Instagram stories. So be sure to subscribe to that. But yeah, that's really cool. Let's see. Next story. So The Empire Strikes Back is going to be hitting its 45th anniversary.
Wow.
And there is a special screening for the Turner Classic Movies Film Festival where you can watch The Empire Strikes Back with George Lucas.
What?
Dang. That's kind of heavy.
So yeah, this is like a dream come true for Star Wars fans. The Turner Classic Film Festival is going to be in Hollywood this year. I don't have a date for it. This is horrible reporting on my part. But yeah, they just Turner Classic Movies. They posted on their X account. Oh, here it is. April 24th. April 24th of this year. Watch The Empire Strikes Back with George Lucas in attendance.
Wow. It's the 24th to the 27th. Steph posted it in the chat.
Oh my god.
Filmfestival.tcm.com.
I mean, I think we're back. I think we're all here in town, right?
The ones that live in California.
April 24? Are you gone?
Yeah, my birthday is the 26th. FYI.
It's your birthday.
My birthday. Not.
We should go spend your birthday with George Lucas.
Is he gonna do like a Q&A, do you think?
I don't know, but I just want to breathe the same air as him.
I want to ask him to sing me happy birthday. That's it.
Who's got the best George Lucas impression?
You.
I don't know.
Hey, if we hit 1,000 YouTubers before Celebration Japan, I will do like a whole episode as George Lucas.
But you need the beard.
Oh, I'll just cosplay as him and do like I'll just impersonate him and cosplay as him for a whole episode. That's a challenge.
Let's see here. So I don't know if this would qualify as your Marvel Minute, but I'm going to steal this.
Steal it.
So Dark Horse Comics. I know that we talked about the Bad Batch having their hyperspace stories. Did we ever come to a conclusion as to why they were under Dark Horse hyperspace? Was it because of that series?
I don't know. I think that's kind of what.
Yeah,
that's kind of what Raimi surmised. I think we talked about the Dark Horse thing a couple weeks ago. I thought he mentioned that.
It looks like Dark Horse is expanding or continuing the hyperspace stories series, but now with instead of the Bad Batch, they're going to be following Jedi Master Kit Fisto. This one is called Hyperspace Stories: Tides of Terror. It sends Kit Fisto to an oceanic planet where it seems that he'll fight a sea monster. This story is going to be written by Star Wars alum George Mann. He's it says that it apparently is going to also feature Mace Windu and Shaak Ti. I'm just excited that they're continuing like stories in this universe, like during this time, I should say.
Yeah, that's great.
It's Clone Wars
Clone
era,
Wars
right?
era. Yeah.
Mace
is good
Windu's
stuff.
there.
I love that artwork.
Yeah, it's
Concept
cool.
art.
The official synopsis says, following the success of the Bad Batch Ghost Agents, they're thrilled to announce Dark Horse continuing their next hyperspace story miniseries, Tides of Terror. Part disaster story, part horror story. Oh, I like that. Race against time to figure out which Jedi will face off against saboteurs and sea creatures. I like that. It's good. Yeah, I'm all for that.
Heck yeah.
So. And that's it for the news. I think that's all he says, right?
And that's it for the news.
That's it for the news. This is horrible. We got John doing horrible Stevie impressions last week. Now I'm doing horrible Raimi impressions this week. Oh, jeez.
Mine were not horrible though.
That's debatable.
Hello.
I'm touching myself tonight.
Muted.
I thought he was playing a trick on us.
Oh, sorry guys. Muted. Muted dad.
I thought you were doing this.
Yep. I should have done that.
I thought you were.
Yeah, so Daredevil talk, spoiler. If anybody wants to tune out, I would do it now. We're going to talk about season 4. The director was
episode 4.
I'm
No,
sorry.
sorry.
Episode 4.
Oh,
You're right.
Okay.
Season 3, episode 4. I guess
Yeah.
if you're saying season 3 is like a refresh to this for Disney, but yeah, episode 4, Daredevil.
Well, really, it's episode 1 or season 1.
It's season
Oh
1.
my
but
God.
There is.
I'm so confused.
Yeah. It's not episode. Sorry, not season 3. What am I saying? Episode 4.
That sounds about right.
Season 1, episode 4. There it is. Okay.
Heck yeah. Okay, so episode title, Sic Semper Systema.
Is that Latin?
Yes.
That's Latin, right?
What does that
Yes.
mean?
I don't know.
Somebody chat that
Semper
up. Well,
Fidelis is a Marine Corps thing, right?
Chat. What is
So-
that? What does that mean? Chat.
somebody
Yeah,
get
it's-
chat on the horn. So Matt Murdock and Wilson Fisk's Darker Halves fight to be unleashed. Director was Jeffrey Nachmanoff, and stars Charlie Cox, Vincent D'Onofrio, Margarita Laviva, who was the niece to the White Tiger. So,
Hell yeah.
what'd you guys think of this episode, man? There was some like interesting developments within this. I think there's definitely like a great movement to this series where even though we're not getting a lot of action just yet, like the story is like moving along really well. It's paced well. I definitely have a couple like what the heck cool moments marked and some Easter eggs and stuff, but what you guys think?
Go, John.
No. Okay. Well, a couple things. I like that we got to see his niece. His niece. White Tiger's niece pop up because we know she is the successor.
Yeah.
She's going to be the next White Tiger. I don't know what that is, baby.
Wait, what? She is?
Yeah. So
Yeah, in the comic.
she's in the comics. She's the successor.
Oh. I was wondering why they. I mean, sorry to interrupt you here, but yeah, I was like, her acting was so good.
Yeah,
She's
and they did
awesome,
they did such focus on her. I was like, oh, they're going back to like
That's
old
why they
school season
focused on
1.
her. And not only
Okay.
that, Didn't Matt Murdock have in his hand the mask and the amulet when he was talking to her? Like the package he was holding?
Yeah.
Is that what he was holding?
I
Is that
think,
what
I
he was
think
holding?
he gave it to her, right?
So I think he was giving her his remains, like his property,
okay.
which is
Yeah,
what
yeah.
she's eventually gonna, she's gonna take the amulet and I don't know if they're gonna do it in the show or not, but it leaves it open for them to do that in the future if they want to.
Yeah.
Um,
I noticed in the credits on this episode, and I'm sure on the previous ones, that one of the executive producers is Brian Michael Bendis, who wrote Daredevil for years and years, and definitely had influence over, all of these storylines from the Netflix forward into this. So,
I didn't realize
knowing that he's in the mix, kind of guiding the ship from the story side is good. So.
That's probably why it's flowing so well.
Yeah,
they got Brian Michael
totally.
Bendis in there.
I mean, still is like one of my favorite writers for comics. He did such good work in the mid to late 2000s on all the Marvel stuff. Yeah, I mean, the whole conversation, like the wow moment that we get with Frank coming into the picture. I mean, that was crazy. It was so tense, but there was so much, like sadness in the moment. There was so much like, just realness between those two characters. It was crazy.
This whole episode,
Cinema.
I don't want to say it felt like filler, but it's definitely they're building and setting up because even last episode too, right? They're trying to bring the devil out by engaging you in Matt's story and how he's feeling, and he's trying to suppress it, and all these things keep happening where they're just like trying to bring it out. And when all the interactions, the earlier parts of this episode, it was kind of like, oh, whatever, just wasn't like a lot of crazy stuff going on, but it was just like, and even Kingpin too, right? They're pushing Kingpin over the edge too, to get him to be back to his violent ways. Like when the kid kind of betrayed him and he was like, he wanted to, you could tell he wanted to rip that kid's head off, but he was just like, this is it. This is your chance. Don't mess up again.
I felt like he was gonna, like, I didn't feel like he was gonna like hurt the kid. I felt like he was like, oh, this is my son kind of moment.
I think it was
but
both.
He came back around.
Yeah, I think he wanted to, but he knew like this kid is loyal, and it's kind of like a father-son thing.
And
he
said
wanted to wring his
like,
neck, but
he said that loyalty was hard to come by compared to like
for sure.
Yeah, easily.
That kid's for sure gonna do some criminal activities.
100%. But when Frank saw Matt and their whole interaction, and Frank just kept pushing him to be like, oh, you know what it feels like.
You even hit him.
Where's your buddy Foggy?
Yeah,
he's
that
like,
was wild.
Say his name.
Live?
And Matt's breaking down and he's crying and he's like, come on. He goes, now you know how it feels. Basically, it was like, now you know how it feels and why I do what I do. He's like, so you need to do what you do, because they're the same.
Yeah,
they're the same. But Matt's trying to say he's not the same as Punisher, but he is. He just doesn't kill people.
Yep.
Right? Because that was Daredevil's thing, is he never killed people. He would beat him up and let the justice do it. And the one line when he's like, what's his name? Bullseye's name.
Mm-hmm.
What's his name? His Poindexter.
Yeah.
He goes, he's like, justice, justice took care of Poindexter. He got life. And Punisher's like, how about my son? Did my son get life?
Mm-hmm.
Did
No,
Foggy
he said
get
Foggy.
life?
Did Foggy get
Well,
life?
he says Foggy, but he says his son too. He goes, my son. Did my son get life?
No, he doesn't say that. He doesn't say that. He says Foggy. Did Foggy get life? And then he says his son is he's like, Foggy talks to you, huh? He's like, because that's my son talks to me, and he says, get him, daddy. Every time, get every last one of them, daddy. That was intense.
The point of just like, he's trying to bring the devil out.
Yeah, totally.
And then at the end of the episode, when he, when he goes in the cave and there's all the masks,
Yeah,
Oh
that
my
was
God.
the best. You know,
I don't even
30
care if we don't wear them. If we don't see him wearing these, just the
Yeah,
fact
yeah.
that they showed
See
that the
them.
Easter
They
and it's the
exist.
Easter eggs. It's the Easter eggs, right, Luke? That you
Yeah.
brought up. I mean, for
Yeah.
me,
Dude, he had the She-Hulk mask in there.
Yeah, buddy. It's gonna be weird when Foggy comes back, though, right?
Unfortunately, I don't think it's gonna happen.
Skrull.
But
Skrull.
for me, the
Skrull.
coolest Easter egg that I liked, and I wish they didn't show this in the trailer, but it was the white painting. When Kingpin's walking down into the basement and he walks past that big white painting, and it's the painting that him and Daredevil fought in front of at the end of the Netflix series with the blood splatter on it.
That's crazy.
And Steven had some really good Easter eggs.
Dude,
He went over my head, but
I want to hear what you guys have for Easter eggs. I have a couple, but
okay. So, well, I don't want to take it away from you, Luke.
no, not at all, not at all. I mean, I have three small ones, but they're mentions of things, so they might not be what you have.
It's probably the same.
Okay,
stuff.
let Steven go then.
Yeah.
But,
Steven.
okay, so I started off the episode kind of bored. I mean, I was really impressed with the acting of the niece, of Ayala's niece, which I didn't know that she becomes White Tiger. That explains a lot, because that I think would be really cool. Maybe getting her set up with like the Young Avengers or something.
Totally.
I would love to see like a young version of White Tiger, just because of the superpowers and stuff. But then after that, I was like really bored with the I guess it was like the jail scene.
Yeah, that guy was kind of.
I was like, where are they going with this guy? And
It
then
was a little weird,
Matt's
yeah.
going back, and they're just talking about fiddle faddle and popcorn. And I was like, this whole conversation of fiddle faddle is pissing me off. Like, what is the point of this?
It went on for a while.
The point of it was to show that he can't help everyone. Like,
Yes,
he did his
exactly.
best. He did his
Yes.
absolute best with someone he knows, someone he's familiar with, and he still couldn't help him the way he needed to be helped. Now his
Okay.
benefits
Good
are going to
point,
be cut.
John.
This
Good
and that,
point, John.
whatever.
Yeah.
It's him showing his other side, like of what he's struggling
and that's
with beyond
fine.
being
Because he
Daredevil.
told him,
when-
he's like,
but
dude,
when-
you're right.
But
Yeah.
when like I'm just like, whatever, I'm going with the motions. I'm like really forcing myself to listen. And then when he gets into court and he's talking to this prosecutor who's from freaking Latveria.
No, Latvia.
No, Latvia.
Latvia.
I
It's
had
not
the
the
same
same
note.
thing.
Yes.
Latveria is not Latvia.
They didn't say Latveria?
No.
Oh.
I reran it. I know, dude. I know. Because then
I
they
had
go to
several people hit
they
me-
go to a Latvian Orthodox festival, and that is
it's
a thing in our
Latvian
world.
Heritage Month.
Dude,
or
I
whatever
was
day or
freaking
whatever.
out, and I was
I
like
know, I
texting
know.
Brian. I was like, "Oh my god, they're setting up Doctor Doom!" Holy
No.
crap.
Did you catch the second part of that Easter egg in this scene? She says her last name is Zola,
Yeah, I saw that.
as in Arnim Zola's like
Right.
granddaughter or something. So that is crazy,
That's
because that's
the
a
Easter
big
egg.
Captain America like Avengers
Yeah.
reference.
So you know what
Okay,
that
so
means,
hold
right?
on. So hold on. Hold on. Latveria is a
Zola.
fictional country appearing in American
Yes,
comic
Dr.
books.
Doom's
That's
fictional
Doctor
country.
Doom's fictional
Okay.
country. Yes.
Hold tight. Hold tight. It is next to Romania, Hungary, and Serbia.
Uh-huh.
Latvia
Is also in that region,
is
Yes.
also in that region.
but it's not the same place.
I'm just saying.
I mean,
just
it's
saying.
it's a good stretch.
for
it's a good-
for real.
It's a good fish.
Hear me
but-
out. Hear me out. For reality, it could be
You mean
You
for
think
the
that's
MCU?
Latveria?
Oh, you
MCU.
think
You
they're
think
gonna
it's
be
just Latvian?
Latvia?
It might be Latvian.
So Robert Downey Jr. is a Latvian dude.
It would. I thought the note that I made was I thought that it was
Whose
weird that they
cousin?
wouldn't that they
It's
would
so
say
random.
Latvian and not say Latvian this close to everything that's going to be developing. I
Dude,
thought that
we-
was a weird choice.
It might just be Latvian Heritage Day.
No, and
Just
that's fine. but
seems
I
like
also
a
thought it'd be
very
so close
weird-
to Latvian that it would not be seated that way.
But maybe it's meant to make us think and have it in our present thoughts. So when
Yeah.
it does pop up in Doom,
Isn't Kingpin one of like the sheriffs or whatever of a territory
In
In-
Battle World.
in Battle World?
Yeah. Yeah, he's like one of the territory governors or whatever.
Just saying. And then the only other it's not really an Easter egg, but the only other thing that I really enjoyed was of course another Kingpin thing when he's eating in his dungeon. He's having the opposite of egg whites. He's having a 4 sausage pasta with
Those are some decent sized sausages there.
Isn't that his favorite food from the first season of Daredevil?
It is,
that
yeah.
it? Yeah,
And I was
okay.
just like when I saw the painting that Brian was talking about, and then I saw the pasta, the sausage pasta, and then they've been showing his bloody knuckles ever since the first
Yeah.
episode. I was
Yep.
just like, dude, Kingpin is not changed. He's just
He's a bad boy.
he's just
got
figured
rating.
out how to like show new skin.
Keep it on
He's
the
got
DL.
Adam.
Playing
He's
the
got
game.
Adam in the cage. So
Yeah.
that dude in the cage.
So when
Again,
Who was that?
So when Matt
It's-
was
it's the-
doing
it's hold on.
it's the guy. Yeah, tell him. Good.
No, go ahead.
No, or just tell him who the Adam guy is.
It's the
Oh, no,
Adam is the guy his wife had an affair with
Yes,
because they
That
said
they
his
were
name,
They were talking about him during therapy or whatever.
and they
Got
were
it.
like, "Where is he?" And in
I
your
don't know
mind,
where he
you're all,
is.
"Oh, he's dead." You're
No, but
yeah. They
even
both were
Kingpin
like,
was like, we don't know where he is. I haven't
Yeah.
heard of him. I haven't
Yeah.
heard-
"That was him."
Understood.
They brushed
Cool.
it off.
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Did you guys notice, like, during that conversation when Matt was doing like public defense work with the guy when he was arrested, and the guy mentioned like, just what am I, a Skrull or something like that? Like, he said the word Skrull during their conversation, which was teeny Easter egg, but a nice little tie into the universe.
I don't know.
Must be more common knowledge.
I
now.
did.
Yeah.
Let's see here. So I thought this was. I don't know if this was an Easter egg per se, but I thought it was kind of cool because when they're at the Red Hook Harbor, and Kingpin is showing off his vision for what Red Hook and New York could look like. This is almost identical to the way that the construction site looks like in the Spider-Man video game that Kingpin is in charge of. I thought that was just kind of like I literally thought they
That's
took like
awesome.
that model and put it like in 3D.
They might have.
So I thought that was kind of a neat connection.
Wow. What is this? A port for ants?
Needs to be at least 3 times that big.
And then we get God, this part was great for the viewers. Just where we saw that interaction with his protege. I think that kid's gonna turn into a monster or something.
You know that's James Gandolfini's son, right?
Yeah.
Is that really? No way.
Gandolfini Jr.
Yeah,
He's doing great in the role.
Yeah, he's so good in that role.
But the
Love
build, yes, this episode was a little bit slower, but they're building this thing where it's like they're trying to turn Kingpin into Kingpin. They're trying to turn Winston into Kingpin and Matt into Daredevil, and then Punisher too.
Yeah.
So and that was internally too. When the last episode ended, I was like, I don't think that's Punisher. Like, this just feels.
Yeah.
They teased all the cops.
He doesn't operate.
I love that they told us right away.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, copycat or
fanboys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fanboys.
It's like,
That was
okay,
cool.
instantly wasn't him. Awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was dope. I love when
Like-
he gives us a little backstory about his like time in the service, which we know a bunch about in the comics, but just a little less about in the show so far. And then he's like, costume clowns, thank you for your service or whatever to Daredevil. Was so sick.
I love how he kept calling him Red.
Yeah.
Red. And then this dude, I don't know anything about. So
Yeah, I haven't read this storyline in the comics. This was more recent, I believe.
So I started watching the season over again from episode 1 with my wife,
Mhm.
and
My
I didn't even
wife?
realize that they showed
wife.
this guy in the second episode.
Yep.
They
He went to
showed-
go get the book
he's-
signed.
Yeah, he's the kid who, when he's getting the book signed, was like, "Can you
The nervous
see another
kid.
patient?"
Can I be your patient? Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
thought that was obvious. Isn't that the whole, like, they focused on him? kinda
Yeah,
knew it was him.
I think
But
I
then,
kind
they moved in on that evil guy like right afterward. Like the Kingpin's like advisor guy came in right after that kid during the book signing, and it kind of
'cause the
stole
kid
the
was a
weird
side
kid's
thing.
thunder.
Yeah.
but
The kid was a side quest. It was just for us to be like, oh wait, that kid's there.
that goes back
You know?
to that. Now.
That wasn't
Yeah,
part
yeah.
of the
I kind of gathered that kid was this dude, but I just don't know anything about this dude. Muse.
I don't-
Like,
yeah.
Apparently, he paints with the blood of his victims.
wow.
Right?
Yeah.
All right.
That's what he's
like,
doing.
training the dude's
That's
blood.
what he's doing in this scene. Is he's getting the paint. He's getting the
Wow.
blood to turn into
All
paint.
right.
Yeah. And he in
Um,
episode 2 or 3, well, his artwork shows up throughout the episode, like in cutscenes and stuff. Like between there, it's signed on the bottom, Muse.
Oh,
Ah,
crazy.
there. In that little
okay.
white square, it says Muse. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
So, all his artwork's signed. Yeah.
Another one of my favorite scenes was when Matt bumped into the cop in the courtroom. And
Yeah,
the cop was
dude.
like, me and my buddies are gonna be, coming for you. And he was like, based off of last time,
Bring
you're gonna
more.
need to bring more people.
You're gonna need more friends. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was so sick.
So good.
dope. That
But he
so
was
dope.
trying to see, because he was like, "You did it. Like I know you did it.
Yeah.
Whatever." Da, da, da. And he was reading
Yeah.
his heartbeat, and he's like, "Oh damn,
Yep.
he didn't do it.
Yeah,
It
totally.
wasn't them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which was a
But-
cool thing, right? Because his
He
heartbeat
egged
was
him
didn't-
on
Yeah.
to get.
Yeah.
He baited him to get him to react that way,
So-
For
and he
sure.
realized, "Oh shit, it's not him."
So are we supposed to
Yeah.
just think it's just some other random cop?
Well, we don't know yet.
Yeah,
maybe
I just
maybe
assume it's somebody
Muse.
else on the force, you know.
Maybe it's Muse.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
because he's got some alternative
He's-
thing,
al-
ulterior
al-
motive.
Like framing the
Ulterior
cops or something.
Yeah,
maybe.
Or framing Punisher or something.
Framing
But
the
that-
Punisher to look like the cop that looked like, who
Mhm.
knows?
That part was sweet when he was just like, "You're gonna need to bring more next time."
That was
Ba-
dope.
or ba- based off of our last meeting.
That cop is a good actor. He's a good bad kind of.
He makes you believe,
Yeah,
like
he's
you're
one
like
of those really
this
believable,
mother,
like piece of shit guys. you
yeah,
know?
which
Yeah.
means like he's
Yes.
good. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's a great actor.
yeah, I like that.
Steven just made that. Oh man, now I got to edit that face.
Sorry, dude.
Mark that.
I'm here for it. I would imagine the next episode is going to turn up quite a bit, but maybe not. They might. Matt's fighting. He's fighting. He
was
doesn't
showing
want to come
some
out.
training at the end there. He's doing a little
Kingpin's
training.
Kingpin's
He brought
fighting.
that like the
Yep.
Yeah, it was
chain
dope,
thing.
dude. It was so dope.
Wow.
Yeah.
Which that's
Iron
how
Fist
that's the
stuff.
comic, right? The comic, he had a big long, like the baton had to chain, right? Like
No, it's like it's like the one that we've seen so far. Like it's a retractable Billy Club thing in the comic.
but it would get really long, right? Like
You're thinking of something else,
yeah,
my man.
yeah, you're reading a different comic than I did.
You're
for
reading a
sure.
different book.
What?
Don't worry about it, man. You don't have to edit that.
No, he's used the same Billy Club generally.
It's the same Billy Club.
Yeah, yeah. Different comic for Brian.
well, in the Netflix, they didn't do the
Steven's face.
really extended Billy Club. So
That's not a that wasn't a Billy Club.
that wasn't a Billy Club. This isn't Daredevil.
DD doesn't stand for Daredevil.
Wrong show.
If you catch my drift.
You're watching something on Skinamax, I think. dude.
Yeah, you're not watching Disney Plus. You're watching D Plus.
I want to clean my gun and be alone with my thoughts. And I don't need to talk about anything else.
How you doing, Brian?
why would you do that?
It's been a while.
Cracking up.
It's been a while.
What am I supposed to do?
You don't remember?
Fine.
You said I don't know. What do you mean?
Tell us about deer
it's your
season or
segment.
something.
Tell us what you're
Nah,
thinking, my man.
nothing.
What you
I
got
don't know what
going
I'm thinking.
on?
What are you thinking about, dude?
Aside for Daredevil, I have a lot of
give us
stuff
some
going on.
wisdom.
Work is very busy. Trying to plan for Japan. Realize I need to book a flight for like 5 days after I get home from Japan because I got to go to Florida for work. I just literally was thinking that. I don't have a seat on my assigned seat for my flight to Japan.
Really?
Speaking of flights, I'm leaving at 5 a.m. out of Greensboro to fly to Charlotte, to get on a plane, to fly to San Francisco.
Also
To
get
fly
on a plane.
from San Francisco, getting on a flight. At the same time, Luke will be getting on a flight
Mm-hmm.
going to Japan, which I don't have a seat assigned. I just told you. And I was trying to do this. I was
Cargo
trying
hold.
to look at how I assign my seat. And that's going to be a whole thing.
Don't get stuck in SF, dude. You're my guide for those next couple days
I'm
up
not.
in
We'll be
Japan.
fine. We're going to be fine. We're going to be fine. I have a big layover in Charlotte. And that's
Don't get hemmed up with that musket you're bringing.
I'm a little scared. Yeah, logistics with Crosshair. You're right, Rachel. Thank you. I'm prepared to throw that thing away. Literally, if someone's like, "What is this?" I'll be like,
How
"Throw
long
the
are
trash."
you
You're
in
like
San
nothing.
Francisco
You're like,
for?
what? What's what?
It's 4 Pringles cans.
My layover in San Francisco is like an hour and a half or something like that.
Oh,
My God.
So
Nice.
there's a good
You didn't-
ramen shop in the
in
Airport.
the airport, yeah. That's gonna be crazy travel.
Mm-hmm. But then we're in Japan for a few days before celebration.
Yep.
we're
Luke and
gonna
I are
travel
gonna be
around.
running around. My wife lined me up with a car friend that they have out there that they met last time, and he's gonna drive us around to some cool stuff.
Dope.
Tokyo drifting.
Hey, can we
Yeah.
hook up? Can we hook up with your with Levi's work and get some cars?
That's what they're doing right now.
It's like 3 hours from Tokyo. It's like a bullet train and then another train and then a bus ride.
Guys, I want a
and then
Tokyo drift.
bing,
You need to be there 3 days before the con.
I want a Tokyo drift in a parking lot underground.
But you can do that here, bro.
I have to pay
Glendale.
somebody.
You can do that at the Whole Foods, right?
Isn't
right
that
down
what
the
you
street,
used to
bro.
do?
That's what I do. That's what I did on the weekends in high school with my Volkswagen, my 1972 Volkswagen Beetle.
My flight logistics are
Crazy.
not looking forward to that. I'm gonna
It's gonna
figure
be
out some
fun.
kind of legal medication to help with that. Maybe some Benadryl. Benadryl. keeps me
Benadryl?
out.
Doesn't that put you to
Oh.
sleep?
That's what you want.
That's what.
Oh,
he
that's
wants.
what you want?
Yeah. You want to like, well, I don't know if we should like advocate for medicating.
Yeah, just have a beer.
This is not medical advice.
Dude, I'm
And
just
some
going to drink like 2
pretzels.
beers when I get there and eat a pretzel or something.
Yeah.
You have a
Cracker,
layover in Hawaii.
Ginger ale.
Yeah.
You're gonna
yeah,
get
I've
out
gotta
the
live in
plane,
Hawaii.
eat some macadamia nuts and some pineapple.
Macadamia nuts.
Acai
dude.
bowl, and I'm
Never
back
heard
on
of
the
that
plane.
place.
Look at Brian get all excited for your layover with nuts.
He's like, we got nuts. Nuts are back on the menu, boys.
Back
You're
on the
muted.
Yeah.
You're muted. All right. Well,
Oh, man.
I think that's going to do it for us today. Hey, we made it. If you enjoyed
not
listening,
org.
key that algorithm and leave a 5-star review on your podcast app. Be sure to include that cake emoji. You can follow me at stevie.kicks on Instagram, sometimes on X. Gentlemen, let the listeners know where they can find you. John?
You can find me at WonderCon in 2 weeks with the
1 week.
boys.
Next weekend.
Well, yeah, not this
Next
weekend.
weekend.
Next weekend. This weekend
That's
is happening
crazy.
in a couple days.
I can't
Next
believe
weekend.
that.
See you guys there.
Yes.
And Luke?
You can also find me at WonderCon and working on everything up until then. Workbench.
Hey, what time are you coming in on Friday?
I'm coming in on Thursday.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
got
take
to
Friday off and meet you there.
come
Let's
on
get
early.
some
Yeah.
KBBQ.
Yeah, I'll be there. So hit me up.
And Brian?
You will not find me at WonderCon, but you guys have
Bummer.
a blast. I'm actually very jealous of the team up that you guys are having. If I was there, I'd have to be She-Hulk, and that would just really suck.
That would
but-
have been epic.
Um,
Comic
yeah.
style, dude.
I'll buy your unitard if you come out for it.
Yeah,
In-
dude. Work
in an
out here.
alternative universe, I just show up as Foggy with a beard. and
Dude,
like-
we could all twerk if you're She-Hulk.
We'll just say you're foggy and you're not here.
Ah.
I missed
Yeah,
out
no,
on the
don't worry.
Ted Lasso team up, and this is surpassing.
This is
Hey,
right up
FOMO,
there.
the
yeah.
FOMO I'm
There's
going to
no,
be having.
no
so.
reason we can't bring this back for San Diego.
I mean,
Totes.
prove
Totes.
none.
Thank you again, everybody, for listening to
Mark
episode
it.
129 of the Dad Batch podcast. Be sure to tune in next week for episode 130.
Sure.
And until next time, enjoy your spice responsibly.
Oh, yeah.
Man boobs.
Print 'em.
Man boobs.